Thank you, Dr. Amanta. Excited to be part of this Oracle HCM Summit today. Well, I'm going to share my views for about next 10 minutes or so, and that's the time given to me. I'll start by saying that in the last 2 years, especially, we have witnessed a very different phase in our lifetimes, resulting in preponing some of the changes for our workplaces, I would say by at least 3 to 5 years. So what we were planning to do in the next 5 years, some of that we had to do it in the last 2 years, or I would say the first 6 months of pandemic. So these seismic shifts that we have witnessed, not only in our operating models, but I think this has also led to new workways of collaboration and cooperation for all of us. But as they say, that crisis should not be wasted. So the truly agile companies actually sought an opportunity in this adversity and used this period as a catalyst to facilitate the journey for customers by giving them new experiences, and also employees, and largely through digital transformation. So one of our key partners in this transformation of digital journeys has been Oracle, and I'm delighted to be speaking today at the Oracle HCM Summit. So when this all started about a couple of years back, I think the first strengthening of employee experience was all about, as they say, 4 C's. We call it 4 C's. That is more about care, reaching out to people, finding out what they need, etc. The second was communication. What are do's and don'ts during this period? How can they work? What should they do? Sitting at home, working, etc. What are the new rules of the game? So it was about all communicating, a lot of protocols every day. The government was doing, and the organizations were also doing that. And third C, which was more about continuity. How do we continue with the basic required work so that the organization continues to deliver to the customers? And the fourth one was more about costs. So how do we, take care of the costs while doing all this? So it all started with the 4 C's, and now it's all about 4 E's. So first we started with 4 C's, now it's all about 4 E's. And actually in the last 1 year, the focus has been on experience. So we're going to talk more about experience today. And again, experience has been largely led by digitization, not only for customers, for even employees. Then the second E, I think we've witnessed a lot in many organizations in the last few months, is being empathetic. And empathy here is more about, connecting with people through various wellness programs, delivering N is equal to 1 approach as to who requires what, at what stage of the career or what stage at home, what are the requirements, different stages of life, as they say, employees are in. So having an N is equal to 1 approach and being empathetic towards that employee. And third one is empowering more employees. So new age policies, hybrid working models, managers letting it go in terms of losing a little bit of control and saying, okay, let's make decisions in line with what the employees want. So empowering more and more. And the fourth E was all about educating and equipping the new workforce, the new way of work. So I think that these are the 4 E's that were focused a lot in the last about a year or so, and I think this is going to be the focus in the coming months also. So the complexity definitely increased for all of us, all HR professionals, and suddenly we had to change gears across, and different facets of HR, not just one aspect of HR. So I think it was about, somebody was asking for more flexibility, somebody was asking for more empathy, somebody was asking for health and wellness, prioritization, etc. Somebody was asking for leveraging, putting the technology in the fifth gear, then the different culture, different way of delivering learning, data-driven decisions, etc. So I think these are the kind of things. So an employee-centric workplace is what I call as an environment that encourages free flow of communication, ideas, creativity, and all this can be only given or done by allowing all this to happen. That is, we offer more and more flexibility and choices to people. That is number one. And we at Kotak also witnessed that. For example, for the first time, we went full hog on hot desking, work from home, etc., etc., which we never thought of, earlier as a bank. And then how do we be more empathetic and be inclusive workplace? So we said, okay, we launched recently, a new mother benefit, for example. So, and I think nowadays when you to give the reach to any program, okay, whether it's emotional assistance program, helpline, fitness allowance we launched last year, I think nothing can be done without technology right now. And the technology has been at the core for rolling out, because we have about 60,000 plus employees in the bank. So if you have to reach out to so many people, I think all this was about leveraging technology. So we launched a very unique and interesting initiative, which we called as, DigiQ. And we said, okay, the digital quotient of the company has to go up. And every employee needs to understand the technology better. Every employee needs to understand, how do we deliver through technology? So, and we say that our mobile app is the largest bank branch that we have today. No more, we should not say that, okay, so and so branch in the metro city or the largest city in Mumbai or Delhi is the largest branch, but our mobile app is the largest branch. And we said, okay, let's raise the digital quotient in such a way of employees, even non-customer facing employees, that everybody starts understanding the customer very well and the largest branch very well. So a new way of delivering learning. And of course, HR had to take a lot of decisions basis, data. So data driven decisions became very, very important. Which location does an employee belong to? How much can we save on the commuting time? How much can we make the employees work from other cities, etc.? And what are employee preferences? That is more important. So when I was talking about N is equal to 1 approach, it's about saying what are employees preferences, and my preferences can be different from the other employees in the same role, in the same location, with the same manager. So I think it doesn't matter as to, earlier we used to box people into a role, a location, and a similar and a same manager, but we're now saying that probably, yeah, there is a different approach that we need to follow for the same team members also. So I think with the advent of this new normal, or what you call the next normal, I think we all know, we've seen, we have understood a little bit about, or we've read. I think I'll just share with you the model that probably I refer to most is what you call as understanding the resilience readiness of the organization. And there's a resilience readiness maturity model, etc., that talks about, whether the organization has moved from a technology driven employee experience, from compliance to resilience. I would not say we reached that stage of level 5, what you call resilience, but yes, compliance, efficiency, empowerment, experience, and resilience are the 5 stages that talks about. And I think we definitely shifted gears from compliance and efficiency to empowerment and experience. And that's where, we are hovering around somewhere. But I think our empowerment and experience have definitely become the pillars of, driving technology in a different way. And I would like to share one more model here, which I refer to a lot, is the Linda Gretton, from London Business School, talks about 5 levers of responsible automation that we in HR are driving. And these 5 levers of responsible automation are primarily saying that leadership, the first is leaders. So leaders take ownership of what we are driving in employee experience through technology. Second, there is a lot of curiosity that gets developed. It's about capturing the people voice on what do they want, where do they want empowerment, what kind of roles we need to redesign, what are the feedback loops that we have. So curiosity is definitely to be captured. Skills, new skills, as I say, HR people need a different skills nowadays. The job descriptions and roles of even HR people are changing nowadays. So we never heard about data and analytics so much in HR as compared to what we've heard in the last 3 to 5 years. And I think there is a special team, I'm sure, in many of your organizations, which is driving data as in an important ingredient for decision making. And there's a lot of analysis that needs to be done around that. So there are new skills that are getting focused on. Inclusion is very, very important. Collaboration is very important. So these are the 5 levers of what you call as driving technology changes in the organization. And I would like to end by saying that, while we're driving all this, there's no one size solution that fits all. I think it's about, there are few keys to leverage technology, especially and bring in a great employee experience. One, I think we have to all focus on making employees self-reliant. I think on the HR services, I know we have been talking about for many, many years, but I think HR services definitely need to be moving in a phase where employees, the managers, all of them are self-reliant. Even the HR employees don't need to be reliant on each other. I think they have to be, driving it on their own. So all the HRIS, HR transactions need to be moving into a self-reliant phase. Second, I think we have to use more and more data to get answers to people. And the third important aspect that I think is emerging more and more now with the employee experiences, we start paying attention to appearance and functionality. I think that's become the key now. The first two, I think many of us have been driving for in our organizations, but large organizations like us now have started paying equal attention like we used to have for customers. Similarly, for employees, there's a lot of focus on appearance and functionality of what we are doing. So the world is definitely changing around us. There's a growth of social networking that needs to be taken care through technology and employee experience. There's an expansion of compliance and reporting requirements. There is more of what you call as a millennial, mindset of more renting, less buying of services. There is a more requirement of BI or business intelligence and dashboards, and we are also struggling with two aspects of data. One is we need data transparency, but at the same time there are privacy concerns that are being highlighted. So in all this that is going around us today, the environment that we are in, I think HR can play a pivotal role than ever before in shaping the culture of the organization, and we can deliver better outcomes for customers and other stakeholders through the people. I think we play a very, very important role in the organization nowadays in terms of changing a lot around us. There's a great opportunity that this environment has provided us by changing a lot around us, transforming a lot around us, and delivering better employee value proposition and better employee experiences and better outcomes for the organization as a whole. Thank you.